Let's turn now to the Democrats and an emerging feud between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders over a comment Sanders made at the first Democratic debate that the Clinton campaign is now painting as sexist. Here's what Sanders said during that first debate after Clinton accused him of not being tough enough on guns.
The senator from a rural state, what I can tell Secretary Clinton, that all the shouting in the world is not going to do I would hope all of us want, and that is keep guns out of the hands of people who should not have those guns and end this horrible violence that we are seeing.
As the New York Times and others have pointed out, the shouting phrase is one Sanders had used regularly throughout his campaign, even before Clinton released her plan to address gun violence. But Clinton zeroed in on the line on Twitter and in consecutive speeches on Friday and Saturday.
I've been told to stop, and I quote, shouting about gun violence. Well, first of all, I'm not shouting. It's just when women talk, some people think we're shouting. And I've been told to stop shouting about ending gun violence. Well, I haven't been shouting, but sometimes when a woman speaks out, some people think it's shouting. Be silenced, and I hope you won't be either. How many more people have to die before we take action?
What I was talking about very clearly is that all across this country, you got people shouting at each other.
Right, but she's suggesting that you're saying that she's shouting and that you, when you hear a woman talking, you think that they're shouting.
Well, what can I say? That's just not the case.
Now Sanders' chief strategist, Tad Devine, is pushing back further, telling Politico, quote, if they're going to have a campaign that attacks Bernie on gun safety and implies he engages in sexism, that's unacceptable. We're going to have to talk about other things if they do that. Wow.
Mika, is that sexist, though, what Bernie Sanders said?
No.
What?
That was, don't make me say it, Joe.
No, say it.
No, please don't make me say it, because then, you know.
Well, let me just say that's pathetic.
Okay.
That's just absolutely pathetic.
That was pathetic.
That's pathetic.
I know that she's the front runner. I'm sure she's going to win, and go for it. I'm glad.
You know, she's going to win, but that is pathetic.
But that
and by the way,
that was like Veep.
That is the sort of...
That was Veep.
Straight out of Veep, and somebody wrote the line.
It was worse than Veep. It wasn't funny.
And you know,
when Veep does it, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, it's hysterical because it's so ridiculous. That wasn't even funny. That was pathetic.
But playing the...
I know sexism.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton knows sexism. She should know better than to let her staff make her do that. It needs to be her. She needs to get out there and talk. Everyone stop writing lines for her. They're bad. Really bad. And when we talk about sexism, when we talk about women and equal pay and all these things that are important, let's not denigrate it with that stupidity. Let's not, because we embarrass ourselves. I'm like cringing. You really shouldn't ask me.
I'm glad
I'm going to get killed.
Because that's
but that's okay.
That's actually accurate. By the way, that is
pathetic.
That is sad and pathetic, and that is exactly why people like Donald Trump are doing well.
Correct.
Because his political correctness, it's just total BS. And why would Hillary Clinton's campaign feel like they needed to play the sexism card? She's doing well now. Act like a little sad victim? Poor little me, oh no, I'm not going to stop roaring about guns and death. It's pathetic.
Why, Mark Halpern?
Why, Mark? What's the...
Does anyone disagree?
Their boot on Bernie's neck.
We're the only ones who will say this.
So they're accusing... Yeah, we are the only ones who will say this.
And it is the truth.
And so the way they put the boot on Bernie's neck is by accusing him of being sexist?
They're trying to discombobulate him.
Coming up on Morning...